All right. So once again, this is posted by AC Speed on AMC Stock subreddit. Feel free to check it out, and thank you, AC Speed, for putting it together. According to the former Citadel Securities Senior Vice President in an internal chat with Citadel Securities Head of Execution Services on January 28th, keep that in mind, at 1:48 p.m., Robinhood moving the following equity to positions to closing only. AMC, GME, and some others. Remember, that's PCO, position close only. All PCO. Citadel acknowledged this may cause some big moves, emphasis added. When asked about options at 155, Citadel said options moving to closing all only in all symbols. So this was January 28th, which is kind of interesting. So right now they're just acknowledging that's going to move. This necessarily, I don't think, would be, from a legal standpoint, considered be like, oh, did you use your position to somehow influence it? They just knew that it would cause issues. But that's not really the interesting thing about this post. It does get pretty interesting. Robinhood knew that the highest levels of the company, that its risk management system was strained to the breaking point during the week of January 25th. Robinhood Securities President and COO, Chief Operating Officer. Wait a minute. The COO, isn't that Gretchen Howard? Isn't the COO Gretchen Howard? Wait, what? Yeah. Gretchen Howard, Robinhood's Chief Operating Officer. Oh, wait, Robinhood's president. Is there like two different meanings for COO here? Gretchen Howard is definitely the Chief Operating Officer. Hang on. Who is this Jim fella? And Jim, Chief Operator of Robin. Oh, okay. Robinhood and then Robinhood Securities. Okay, hang on. This is... Okay, you have Robinhood's Chief Operating Officer and then Robinhood Securities Chief Operating Officer. That's the difference. That's why there's two different COOs, just so everyone knows. Who anyway, Robinhood Securities President and CEO Jim, different Robinhood Securities versus Robinhood, who Tenev points to as making the ultimate call to PCO, says in an internal chat on the 26th, Tuesday. So basically the 26th is Tuesday. So you have Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday. So Friday is going to be the 28th. I sold my AMC today. FYI, tomorrow morning, we are moving GME to 100%. So you are aware. That's bad. That is bad. I don't know if that's necessarily insider trading, but it's super illegal. Insider would be like you have insider knowledge to the company. This is like insider knowledge to the biggest retail brokerage platform. You cannot abuse your position like this. Even after the NSCC exercised its discretion to reduce the capital call to protect the system from Robinhood's admitted default, Robinhood held fast to its decision to implement a position closing only policy, deciding before 8 a.m. Eastern on January 28th, PCO top 4 symbols, blah, 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 despite acknowledging we aren't paying $3 billion worth. Jesus, so bad. Each time Robinhood customers trades, market makers such as Citadel Securities actually buy or sell shares and determine what the price gets. I don't know why this last one is necessary there from pays. To me, this acknowledgement under 12, which you can find in that court filing, 12 and 15, whoa. That is some messed up stuff to do. They knew it. They acknowledged the type of impact they would have, and they used that to trade on it. And I guess they sold, so they got out at a good point, which is just wild. They're moving it. FYI, tomorrow we are moving GME to 100%, so you are aware. Like, holy crap. This is so bad. Like, it's such an absurd abuse of your position and your power. In this one, I don't know if it's necessarily indicative of like illegalities on Citadel Securities' part, But like, to me, honestly, this entire document is more and more proof of how messed up Robinhood it is, and the lying that was constructed between Vlad Tenev, Gretchen Howard, and Jim Swartwout, Jim, whatever this Jim is, Swartwout, Swartout, whatever that name is. Crazy last name. But the more and more, like, I've read through this document now like a handful of times, like more than I would like to admit. And the more that goes on with it, it's just ridiculous. And it seems to be super, super, super bad for Robinhood and pretty bad for Citadel. But once again, the Citadel thing, the evidence that needs to be produced is proof that they use their power and influence for the whole PCO thing, the position close only. Like, there's a litany. There's an entire book of proof that they talked. Like, that's not the proof. Like, we know Robinhood and Citadel talk. Like, that's not a big deal whatsoever. The interesting thing of, like, when we're talking about like perjury and jail time and fines is, did Citadel use its position to influence Robinhood's decision to do PCO? But beyond that, Robinhood, it's in a mess right now. So you have one day Gretchen Howard, the COO of Robinhood, not Robinhood Securities, of Robinhood, saying major liquidity problem. Very next day, Vlad Tenev says no liquidity problem. And now on top of that, people are starting to point out that even the acknowledgement, as they're just like casually talking about it, between Robinhood and Citadel, they're trading on it. They 100% knew what their decisions would like prompt and cause, and they traded on that before it was public information. You cannot do that. I don't know if it's technically insider trading. I mean, that's like the definition of how the SEC would define all of that, but that's insane. Like, when you have things like this being stated, I sold my AMC today, FYI, tomorrow morning we are moving GME to 100%, so you are aware. How do we live in a world where these people aren't, like, I guess, thrown into the gauntlet, and then you have people like Keith Gill who are pulled in front of them and they're like, you were manipulating the stock. And then we have ding-dongs like Jim Cramer and dipshit Charlie who are like, this is social media manipulation, they're doing this, they're doing that. What are you talking about? This is the legitimate insider trading, or whatever it would legally be called, and manipulation by these guys. And yet they're just trying to say, oh, it's social media, this guy on YouTube, this guy on Twitter. Like, what are you talking about? It's so crazy. It's such a like intellectually dishonest argument. This is what we're battling against. This is 100% what we are battling against.